Hello and welcome to Community Talk. I'm Dan Scheidel, the CEO of the United Way of Enid in Northwest Oklahoma. Today my guest is Miss Kristy Baker, who's the CEO of RSVP, the Retired Senior Volunteer Program in Enid. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we've done this maybe a couple years ago. It seems like it's been a while.
Yeah, well, let's talk.
Yeah, okay, well, let's talk. Well, let's talk a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in Enid, and just a little bit of background, so that I know there's a lot of people out there that already know you, but I'm sure there are a lot of people that have yet to meet you.
Well, I grew up in Kremlin, actually, and
just stone throw up the road.
it is.
Oh, okay.
And then after I graduated high school from Kremlin, I went to OSU, and then Chip Baker and I met and got
Who's
married.
that, Chip?
Oh, that Benny's Barn guy. And then for a short stint,
good
we
guy.
moved to Texas, and then in 2008 we moved back. And so our idea was, when we moved back to Enid, we always said that we wanted to leave it better than we found it.
Yeah.
And this is officially our hometown. And so the things that we do really come from like a real heart's joy about doing the things that we do. So
Good.
I've been with RSVP for 11 years.
Wow, 11 years. I didn't realize you'd been with them so long, but that is
Yes,
great.
yes.
And thank you for all that you do. And Chip does a wonderful job with Benny's Barn too, and we're just glad to have you in our community.
Well, thank you.
So RSVP, Retired Senior Volunteer Program, let's just talk about some of the different programs. You've got mobile meals, you've got brown bag program, you've got the senior center, you do pets for seniors, silver lining, transportation. There's just so many different things that you all do. Let's talk a little bit of some of the programs.
Well, so RSVP, its primary purpose is to get volunteers 55 and over who maybe have retired, or and that was the primary idea in 1978 when it was enacted federally. Recently, effective 2016, we recognized there was a need for not just senior volunteers who maybe have retired and find themselves isolated, or now what do I do with this open schedule, but stay-at-home moms, kids that are being homeschooled by their parents, the Vance volunteers, the pilots in training that need volunteer hours. So we kind of opened up the scope of volunteering to everybody.
But you still target the 55 plus primarily for
Yes.
Volunteers to help you out.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're about 78% of the 453 volunteers that we have are actually over 70.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it is wonderful. And so we work with many of the nonprofits, obviously, of the United Way agencies as well, in 5 counties directly. So it is our idea to get those volunteers, and we say, if you could change a social issue and wave a magic wand, what does that look like? What social issue would you change? And so maybe it's homelessness, and so we will then partner them with Our Daily Bread and talk to Sandy and see if she can utilize some new volunteers, or likewise with any other social issue, we place those volunteers in different stations. We have 9 programs that are directly, we have administration over through RSVP and in our office. And originally with the mobile meals is kind of where the hub of our program started, and everything else is kind of the spokes. And so with mobile meals being that hub, we recognize seniors serving seniors that maybe sometimes a meal is not all that they need. And so that's kind of how all of the new transportation, reopening the senior center, pet food delivery, all of those different programs initiated from delivering, being the only eyes and ears typically someone may have in a day, and realizing a meal is not all that they need. So,
Right.
so this is a local issues, and we've created these programs to solve our local woes.
And you've got handyman service. You have pets for seniors, homebound library, book delivery. So how does that work? I mean, do you bring pets over to seniors' homes, or,
Well, so
or is
what-
it to support helping the
I
seniors?
mean, I
with their-
guess, I do have a hard time saying no. I guess if someone needs a pet, I have 2 in my backyard I can
Oh, my
loan out for a
gosh.
while. But the way it works is, again, when we were delivering mobile meals, and it happened with one person, and then we kept seeing it was kind of a recurring issue, is that they would have maybe the only hot, nutritious meal in a day.
And they would share it with their pet.
Because a lot of times
Okay.
it's their only companion.
I didn't know if you also had, pets that you would take to people's homes, because pet therapy is big. So.
Yeah, I know a little about the horse therapy, but yeah, the
Right,
dog therapy
right,
as
right.
well. But No, that's actually a good idea.
Or
Maybe we
get
just
Ch-
created a new program.
Get Chip to bring some of the horses over.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's put a survey out. Let's see who wants to have horses
That'd
in
be
their
great.
homes. Yeah, that'd be great. So what we've recognized is that they're sharing their food with their only companion
Right,
and their pets.
yeah.
And so we work with the SPCA, with Vicki, and they will help us to make sure that they have enough food for their pet, and then that way they're both food secure.
Does the for our kids and their the bones that they make, the pet bones?
Yeah. Oh my
The
gosh.
treats,
And the cards,
dog
we
treats.
do. They do such a wonderful job with all their projects, and whenever we can utilize that, we certainly do.
Good,
Yeah,
good
we
deal. Well, you have a big conference coming up, second annual Aging with Grace
Yes.
conference, and that's going to be at the Stride Bank Center on the 28th. It's a Friday, 28th of June, at the end of the month. So talk a little bit about Aging with Grace and the conference and the concept, where it came from, and you know, you're going in your second year for this. So first year must have been successful.
It was wildly successful. Bob Osborne had the idea with Grace Care.
Good old Bob.
Good old Bob. and I'm sure anyone that's listening has probably seen Bob on here promoting this Aging with Grace, and this kind of was his baby. And he too, with Grace Care, learns that a lot of the times, and most of the times, this aging process is very reactive. Very reactive.
It is, I know.
And we don't plan at 73 we're going to have Alzheimer's or a stroke and know exactly what to do. And so a lot of the things that we do, and with what Grace Care does and the other aging organizations that we partner with, all say the same thing. And so what we wanted to do is get all of those businesses, those programs, those organizations under one roof, and then that way, people can come and they can get educated about the different things that this community does have to offer. So perhaps when mother is diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dad has a stroke, they then can garner this information and then know where to go, or at least have some contacts and some resources, and they know that's available, and to just allow them to realize that caring for an aging person, you're not alone in this, and everyone does feel that way, or at least the people that we've dealt with do feel that way, and so they certainly are not. And so we just want this to be able to be an opportunity to let them know everything that we have to offer.
Sure, and I mean, this is super. I mean, just looking at some of the topics that you're going to cover, everything from scam prevention to knowing about Medicare, risk in regards to your banking, misdiagnosis of dementia, and the list goes on and on. This is awesome.
Yes.
I really should be attending this.
Yes, you should. Not for your aging people
No,
in your life.
I know, for me.
Yes. Well, and also people 40 to 60, that have that aging
Sure,
parent.
yeah.
So if you're not the one aging and you are caring for somebody, or you're just at least trying to help make sure that they can navigate that process, this is for you. And you don't have to
resources,
stay all day.
it's not only resources, but it's like educational seminars or short little presentations.
Right. We're going to have 10 speakers, and it starts at 9, and then each speaker goes on between 20 and 40 minutes. And so we have listed, and we'll have this somewhere.
It's not on your website yet?
It is on our
It is?
website.
Okay.
We'll have this, I was just thinking on this show somewhere, it might say that. Just the different speakers that we'll have, and they'll
Okay.
come on for 20 to 40 minute segments. And then we'll have 36 vendors there as well. And all those vendors have to do with the aging process. So all the way from Brown Cummings to Anytime Fitness that talks about silver sneakers and family pharmacy.
That's amazing.
Clint Claypole with Long Claypole Blakely for wills and trusts, and
Mike Fields is going to be there.
RDA.
Yeah,
And-
district attorney. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to talk to us about the Elder Abuse Task Force that's been recently formulated here in town also, and both of our banks, and just to try to get that total cohesive aging agencies together.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And if send this to me, and I'll share it on our Facebook and our website, and then hopefully folks will actually take this seriously. This really looks like a lot of great information. And what's the cost again?
It's $10
or 15 at the door.
or 15 at the door.
Okay. Potato bar, salad bar. Wow, that sounds good.
And then there'll be free giveaways and tickets and prizes and all kinds of things to kind of, and then Tanya Warnock will be the entertainment during lunch.
Oh,
so
great,
that's
great.
a nice treat too.
Yeah, I know Tanya. She just landed over at Integris over at BAPS. Yeah, that's great. Well, we only have a few minutes left, so let's talk a little bit about the Elder Abuse Task Force.
Okay.
How did that get started, and where are you currently at with that?
Mike Fields actually is the one that decided that, there in a lot of other counties that they've started doing this. And this is a way, to help financial exploitation, to help, fight against financial exploitation and abuse and neglect in seniors. And so that saying, see something, say something, also applies to seniors. And so many times, those things could be going on with a caregiver or someone that they've trusted, and it's just a way, and it's just the different banks and organizations, the Enid Police Department, Adult Protective Services, RSVP, just different organizations together. Kind of, we all have a piece of the puzzle, but once we can put it all together, we can really make sure that seniors stay safe.
Wow.
And so we've been doing that for the better part of a year. And we've had some pretty big cases, and we've allowed the seniors, I feel like, that are kind of under our resources, the ability to feel like they can live safely.
The seniors experiencing hunger in the last few years has increased substantially. What does that do to, Kristy? I mean, I know that some seniors, live on maybe $700 or $800 a month.
That's right.
Which I just find, I just can't understand how they can. And so what do you attribute that to? I mean, that hunger and that need.
I don't know I don't know that I attribute it to, it's Social Security. It's low for them. And a lot of times it's the wife that outlives the husband, and her Social Security oftentimes isn't as much.
Gotcha.
And so in order to combat that, though, when we reopened the senior center, we actually have the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma's largest distribution of senior commodity boxes, which are 40-pound boxes of commodities, and it's no charge to anyone over 60. And then that way, again, stemming from the Mobile Meals Project, making sure that they not only have a hot, nutritious meal their pet is fed to, or they need handyman services, but they have food in their pantries. And so they can receive those services at the Senior Center. Kim Blankenship is amazing.
She is. Yes.
She certainly is. And we're lucky to have her, no doubt. And she also prepares a hot, nutritious meal for those seniors as well. So we do have a lot of progress in helping them be food secure. But there's always work to do, and we're always happy for new partnerships. Okay,
so if people need help, if they need to get a hold of you, what's the best way of getting a hold of you?
Just calling our office. It's 580-233-5914. You can email us at Enid RSVP at sbc.org. It'll be at the bottom of the screen. I'm sure that's not what it is. Or really just to call us.
Just call. That's probably
really easy to get a hold of.
That's the easiest way.
Or through our website, or through you. Or
you can always call the United Way at 580-237-0821. That took me almost a year to remember that number.
Quiz.
But we'll have more information on our website as well at unitedwayenid.org. So there's another resource for you. And we're so thankful that you're here, Kristy, that you have such a heart and a passion for our seniors and those in our community that, need an extra helping hand sometimes. And you just never know when that is. And, as I mature and I get older and I start thinking that, I'm going to need some of these services. And as you get closer to Medicare stage or Medicaid, and then you start looking at Social Security and things like that. It really is, this Aging with Grace is going to be a great conference. So I hope that you'll continue to do that. I mean, this is your second annual, so hopefully you'll do another one. Again, that's Friday, June 28th. It starts at 9?
Starts at 9
but
for speaker.
Doors are open at 8, right?
That's correct.
And runs till about 4 in the afternoon.
4:00.
Lunch provided, $10 now, 15 at the door, Stride Bank Center, the Grand Ballroom, and again, RSVP of Enid and Grace Care, presenting this Aging with Grace. It's going to be great. So thanks so much for being here on Community Talk, and we wish you all the best. And if there's anything we can do to ever help, let us know.
You know I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some more great programming right here on your Enid television station.